eyes. Hi, YouTube. I was muted that whole time just because the dogs were barking. Um, most of this, whoops. Most of this will be okay. I'm gonna add this into the old seasons that I had. So Some of the episodes will be the same, but this will be the start of the Monday Murdock. Mondays with Murdock. Actually, I shouldn't name it Mondays with Murdock. Go ahead and name it that. There we go. Mondays with Murdock podcast, episode 2, season 1. And if you guys will excuse me, it won't start till 8 o'clock. So, I shall return. Oh, God. What is good, YouTube? Today we are doing some podcasting Mondays with Murdock. Today's subject is depression and aliens. Yeah, what a fucking topic, right? I'm normally not going to do two topics. So today is a special day. We're gonna do two just because it's my start. I am joined, as you see, with Wade. Crazy Cowboy, go check his channel out. Alex will be joining me. I think Ethan's in the back. He might talk a little here and there.
Maybe.
Do I have a place to put my food?
No.
On this, just get a table. She's gonna be eating because she's, fat.
Hungry?
So.
Alright, no, don't lay on me. I cannot have people on my dogs on my sternum area at this time.
So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get started with going through some news articles. I say we're gonna save the best for last. CNN. Let's go to NBC and see what they have to post. Holy shit. American college lecturer Peter Chow dies after falling 7 stories in Iraq. Well, that just proves don't go to Iraq.
Oh my god.
What do you think, Wade?
Hello.
That's a little fucked up, I know.
I don't know. I think he was just. I don't think that really happened just because I fell a good many stories and walked away from it. You can actually survive a fall from fucking 10 stories. Unless he fell, like, head first. If he fell head first, then yeah, he's dead.
Depending on how he landed, though, too. But this guy says, American using hose to climb between balconies falls 7 stories to death. Oof.
A hose?
A hose.
What the hell? Then yeah, he's a dumbass. Yeah. I am sorry, but a hose, like a water hose, is that the type of hose we're talking about?
I
Or
don't
is it
know.
like a... And question is, was it tied to something? Because you can't really tie a water hose all that good, and if you did, you probably wouldn't want to put weight on it.
Yeah, and he's in college, so yeah, well, not anymore. That was a
Yeah,
horrible
well,
decision.
not anymore. I'm sorry, but...
Alright.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're going to change speeds real quick because this one's good too. Vice President Pence says he supports the pride flag not flying on the U.S. Embassy flagpoles. He says it's the right decision.
Yeah, it's the U.S. Embassy flagpoles, like, that's... Okay, the pride flag has nothing to do with America in general, so why would it even be on a U.S. Embassy flag, or even next to an American flag, unless it's in your front yard, or if it's the Pride March, or whatever they call that. It don't need to be flown anywhere unless it's on your truck, or somewhere in your personal thing, because it's not a nation flag, and it's not a state flag, yeah.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
It'd be like me putting a rebel flag up on the nation's embassy. You think people would like that? I don't think a lot of them would.
Probably not, no. I would assume not. What do you think about the pride flag not being flown on US?
I can understand the embassy. Embassy's about intercontinental.
Yeah, we get it. Hold on. I don't think I can hear him. Nope. I was gonna try to get you some headphones, but it ain't gonna work. He agrees. He says the same thing. Well, you won't be able to hear him, which kind of sucks. But all right, let's see. I agree. I don't think it should be flown just because it's.
See that.
It's the U.S. Embassy.
It's about countries, not.
Yeah.
The only thing I could see by waving the pride flag.
Wow. Waving the pride flag.
Wow. Waving the
No.
pride flag is to show the other countries that are waving, hey, you know.
But the other problem with waving one is, again, a lot of other countries don't support it. So you're just waving. It could be a hate flag to them. I mean.
Yeah. You could probably go back and forth with reasons why and why not it should be flown, and I don't think you're ever going to get anywhere.
No, you really won't.
I don't think.
Let's just take all the flags away.
Yeah, to me, a flag is a symbol of hate no matter what it is. I'm sorry. You don't go to war without wearing a flag, so what does that mean? You're supporting your country, clearly, so it's still a symbol of hate either way. And pride. Symbol of hate and pride. Can you get away from me?
Well, the flag you wear when you go into war is actually backwards. You know why that is?
Explain it, Wade.
Because it is disrespectful to wear
a flag in general.
American flag, yeah.
I told you that.
That's why it's worn backwards.
Well, that and it's being flown into battle. It's backwards as the Civil War. If you were carrying a flag back in the day in a Civil War, you're carrying the flag with the pole, and it's waving towards your side. So. Let's see. President Trump says, when you look at past impeachments, whether it was President Clinton or I guess President Nixon never got there, he left. I don't leave. There's a big difference.
Wow. As soon as you said Trump said I waited. I anticipated what you were going to say.
Is it bad I want to see him become president again in the 2020 election just to piss people off?
Not really.
Because they spent the last 4 years of his, the 4 years that he's been president, or just going on just about 4 years now, right? Trying to impeach him. And they haven't been able to make anything stick. I'm not saying there's better candidates. There's not better candidates out there. I'm saying that I kind of hope he wins just to piss all the people off that try getting rid of him when they don't realize that, A, it's what a percentage of the country voted for him than any other candidate.
Did that help?
Helped a little bit, but I still can't understand.
This thing don't turn.
Yeah. What, she can't hear me?
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be able to.
So, fucking speaker.
You could play me through your TV, but then you might have an echo.
Oh, there will be a hell of an echo. I probably already have an echo just being close to my mic.
I don't hear an echo on you, but you might on the podcast.
Yeah, I'd say I will on a podcast. So if you guys are re-watching this, sorry. Okay, let's see.
Oh boy.
No, I ain't gonna read it. I'm gonna go to the next one. ABC News. No, we'll save that one for almost last, because ABC is a little bit better. They're probably the best ones you can actually talk to. Let's talk about NBC and how. Look at this. You get on NBC's or Fox News website, and you scroll down, you don't get to any of the news until like halfway down the fucking posts. They're like advertising hats and water bottles. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't buying shit from you. I already fucking hate you guys. I hate the media. Except for YouTube. Well, I still hate it, but it's whatever. Okay. Mexico has Mike Pence says, which is vice president, Mexico has actually done more to address the crisis on our southern border than the Congress has. Oof.
I mean, okay.
Oof.
Not gonna say he's wrong.
Wait, southern border meaning Mexico? Is that the southern border? That's the only border we have besides Canada, and that would be northern.
Yeah, wait, that would be... Mexico would be
I just
southern.
wanted to be clear, okay? I spelled Algebra.
Failed
I failed algebra.
Ooh, wow.
Algebra. That's what Wade
So,
said.
okay.
Not theology.
Here's that crash. I wish I could show you guys. I really can't. So there was a helicopter wreck.
Oh.
A helicopter wreck. You don't really speak of those very often.
No,
At
no,
New York City today. Let's see if there's. I don't think there was any casualties. I'm not sure. Let's check. One dead. At least one dead, and that's probably the guy that was flying a fucking helicopter. Helicopter made a crash landing on the roof of a high-rise building in New York City on Monday, sparking a massive emergency response. Wow. That's crazy. So yeah, the pilot's the one who died. Ain't that something? Son of a bitch, man. My heart go out to him for sure. Hey, you know what? He might have died, but he probably saved a lot of casualties from crash landing on top of a building. I mean, you gotta give him credit for that. For sure. I mean, he could have landed it.
I mean, okay, you're kind of saying it like 9/11, the Flight 93. Yeah, everyone on that plane died, but think of all the people they saved.
Who?
Flight 93, the ones that crashed in Shawshank.
Yeah.
9/11 was an inside job.
I'm saying
Okay.
they tried to take the plane over and all died in the middle of it. Well, if the plane had gotten to where it was supposed to be, how many people would have died?
Okay, but also that plane was supposed to have 200 extra passengers on.
I know.
So maybe it's not coincidence.
I've never been on a plane.
You know what I
where
don't
there's
get,
room
Chris?
for 200 more passengers, though.
That's what I'm saying. What it sounds like an inside job to me when it's you're dealing with 200 some passengers plus now they say, oh well, we're gonna cut it in half and carry some more mail. What? You're carrying mail instead of passengers and you can't carry both?
You know what I don't get?
Wait.
The
Mr.
planes, the
That
terrorists
will-
that hijacked the planes.
How much fucking
on
mail is
the-
gonna be in that goddamn thing? You think you'd have an own fucking plane for that?
Be surprised.
Yeah, you
I don't
think
know,
you'd
was it
have
owned
a
by
fucking
FedEx?
your own plane by now. Jesus.
Well, they do now.
Dude, they were armed with box cutters. You know how easy it is to get a kid could get a box cutter out of an adult's hands.
Yeah,
There
the
ain't no
problem
way
is
they
that
hijacked
they
the plane
thought
with
that
just
there were
box
actually
cutters.
bombs on that plane, though. They didn't know they only had box cutters. Had they known that,
Okay, well,
they probably would have.
If there was
been a
bombs
lot
on
more
the planes,
successful.
why would they use the box cutters to threaten the people and be
yeah,
like,
I'm gonna say
hey,
if there's
I
bombs
got
on
a
the
box
fucking
cutter,
plane,
but
blow the
there's a
motherfucker
bomb.
up then. Go ahead,
Yeah.
blow her up.
That wasn't
Right now, in the air.
That wasn't their mission.
Well, exactly. Blow it up right now, motherfucker. You're gonna have to kill me, and you're gonna have to kill a whole bunch of motherfuckers right now with a box cutter. So you better fucking start
You know what's funny?
stepping up.
A 747 crashed into a building that was built the same
Empire
way
State
as the... Yeah, and it didn't really do
And it
that
was a
much damage. The building did
737.
not collapse.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
smaller, but still pretty big plane. Was it 737?
Yeah.
7.
I don't know. I was up the Empire State
Well-
Building, and that's not something you talk about when you're on top of the Empire State Building.
I wouldn't imagine you talk about that with any fucking tower.
Ah!
I
But
don't know, I'd
either
probably
way,
go that
either way,
detail.
this ain't a conspiracy theorist
yeah,
podcast
yeah.
yet. However, you're telling me that there's supposed to be bombs on the plane, they hijack it with fucking box cutters, and yet they still got in the cockpit? The cockpit's locked. So how are you gonna get in the cockpit?
You're
Makes
not,
no
because
sense.
They were
the
scared the
pilots
flight
do
attendants
not
probably
open that
opened it up
cockpit
for
for
'em.
anyone
They were
except the
scared.
U.S. Marshal.
Yeah,
Or unless they...
that's
Yeah.
the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
What?
Oh, I'll open it. Yeah, you can take my plane because you're gonna cut me into a million pieces with a little fucking box cutter. Kick the goddamn dude in the nuts, for fuck's sakes. Either I'm gonna kick him in the nuts or you gonna blow this goddamn plane up. One of the two.
Well, I think
that's the
regardless-
dumbest fucking shit. I'm pretty sure it was a fucking, it was already hijacked when it took off the fucking terminal.
I think regardless of what they would have done, they all would have died anyways. I was just saying, had they not stopped it when they did, and the plane had gotten to, say, the White House and killed
Man.
more people.
5 posts in a row is all about this helicopter. Go ABC. Or Fox.
What are they distracting us from?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Recall alert! Don't eat the chicken.
Don't eat the chicken!
Tyson's chicken.
Thank God we don't get Tyson chicken.
Holy shit, 190,000 pounds of chicken.
That's not a lot
Chicken
of chicken.
fritters. Sold to schools! Little kids, we're gonna have an outbreak.
Oh god, the plague.
You don't vaccinate your kids, and now they're gonna get sick.
It's a double whammy.
Okay, Fox is getting annoying. They're not showing any junk driver. So, okay, yeah. Let's go to ABC. I think they're gonna have more. Some more shit to have. Not all your.
Can you go lay down? Please, go lay down.
Nothing that I really care about. David Ortiz is being flown to Boston from a hospital in the Dominican Republic after being shot in the back at a nightclub by a man who police say confessed to
Damn.
an ambush attack.
That's not what I expected you
Who
to
the
say.
hell is David Ortiz?
He's a Red Sox, Boston Red Sox baseball player. Pretty famous Red Sox player, too.
Even I know who he is.
Oh, well, I don't like sports, so...
Neither do I, Wade. And I
Unless
still
it's
know who it
NASCAR, I
was.
don't like them.
Wow. Wow.
What?
The only thing he likes is NASCAR.
Oh my god.
Well, I have a favorite football team, but that's
you know
only
what,
because
Wade?
of
I
the
don't like
stats.
sports, but I like golf.
No one likes golf.
And no one likes
That's
NASCAR.
ASMR with fucking
Hey,
golf
look!
sticks.
They're making a left turn, guys. I wonder what happens if they make a right.
I don't like sports, but I like WWE. That's the equivalent of what he just said. But if WWE actually requires some physical work.
And what? You think 200 laps doesn't? In a hot ass car with fucking equipment on
You
it?
think going 200 miles per hour in a circle is easy? If you turn to the right just a little bit, you're fucking dead.
Golf, there's some action. It's not just.
There is no action in golf. The action in
I don't-
NASCAR is actually more exciting than it would be for fucking
I don't
golf.
know, you ever seen Happy Gilmore? There was some
Happy
action
Gilmore's
in
the
there.
only golf that
Oh
I'll
my god,
watch.
I love Happy Gilmore.
Or Tiger Woods Affairs.
Oh my god.
That should be a soap opera.
That
Okay, let's continue. Oh, what are we on? ABC. Herd of hippos on a fucking football field.
Epic.
A rugby field. Wow, everything's on this fucking
Helicopter.
helicopter.
Oh boy, what about Lift Now?
A Lyft driver arrested after police find 17 suspensions on his license.
Lift, you done fucked up.
Wow. That's good.
Then how did he become a Lyft driver?
We don't know. Wait. Why would you hire
Think
someone
about
with
that.
17 fucking suspensions?
Because they don't do background checks.
Well, maybe they should.
Everyone has been asking
How do you
them to
even
do
get
them for a
17
long time, but they
suspensions?
won't do them.
Well, then shut it down. Because driving is apparently a privilege, not a right.
It is.
So they can take it away. It says it right in the Constitution.
Right in the Constitution?
It does.
Yeah, back in times when driving didn't even exist.
Yeah, back when driving didn't exist.
In the future,
In
there
the
will be
future.
this thing called driving. And it will be a privilege, not a right.
That's funny.
We don't know what driving is yet, but
We
in
don't
the
know
We
what
don't
future
know what
it
driving
will
is yet,
exist.
but
We don't know what this contraption called a car is, but
the government is considering items such as water bottles, plastic bags, and straws. Canada. To ban single-use plastics. Way to go, Canada. Since half my viewers are Canadian. There you go. There's some Canadian news for you.
hey,
Helicopter crash. Holy shit. Over 180 businesses.
oh,
Over 180 businesses signed effort against abortion bans.
that's a lot of businesses actually.
Well, here's my question. We'll get to that after.
Oh no.
We'll get it out after when you're
No.
talking about abortions. We'll get it out
I
after.
said we'll get to that after.
Oh, I thought you said we'll get it out after. I'm like,
So
oh,
here we go with
okay.
this subject.
Oh,
Abortion.
God. That's a really touchy subject.
I think we're going to
No.
make a whole podcast on that
That
some
is
other
an
time.
extremely touchy subject.
All I gotta say is, if you're gonna sign in a petition, I hope you know what you're talking about.
I think that's
Especially
fair.
if you're a business.
I think that's fair.
And you gotta watch what you do if you are a business. You gotta
Wow.
watch signing shit for a petition if you're a business, because you could lose a lot of shit and a lot of customers. However, again, abortion will be a different topic.
You're just gonna stick to what the business.
I don't know.
is
Jeffrey
doing, not
Dahmer
the-
himself or Ted Bundy could have a gun company, and if it was good guns, I'd still buy it.
I can't hear him.
He said Jeffrey Dahmer or
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy
I heard
him say that.
could have a gun company. I'd still buy the gun if it was a good gun.
Oh my god.
Actor.
I don't give a
Well,
shit
they
what they
didn't
did, as
shoot
long as their
anybody, so
product's
that
good.
makes no sense.
I just leave it to wait. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. accused of groping a woman in New York City nightclub.
Oh boy.
Yeah, can you blame him? He ain't been in a movie since like 2005.
I heard
Give him
that.
a break, man. He's going through a hard time.
He's going through a hard
His
He,
time.
acting
he wanted
career's
some
down
more
the
snow
hole.
dogs.
Oh my god. That's fucked up.
He
Actually, the
walked
last
in the nightclub
movie
and
he
seen all
was
them
in
women.
was,
He's like, ooh, look at them
The
snow
First Iron
dogs.
Man.
Wow.
Ooh, what the Eskimo women?
I was saying a white chick because Cuba Gooding Jr. is a black guy, so he walked around seeing all them white chicks.
Oh my god.
Look at them snow dogs.
There's something wrong
Oh, I
with
get
you.
it because snow's white.
Oh yeah, finally! Wow, you're fucking.
Did
slow.
he finally get it?
All right, CNN. Here we
Oh,
go.
here we go.
Okay. What? Jimmy Carter teaches Sunday school for the first time since breaking his hip. What?
Why is
That's
that
your-
news? Why
That's
is
your
that
most
news?
recent news?
Why is that news?
Why is that news? Thanks,
it's-
CNN, for
'cause
the
it's an
pointless fucking
ex-president.
shit.
That's what I needed to know today. I thought he was dead.
What?
Ain't that a president?
He was an ex-president, yeah.
Ex-president. A weatherman slammed his station's constant code red warnings. It may cost him his job. Why is this news? Why the fuck do I care about some random ass weatherman? I'm done. I'm not even gonna read that article.
You
Next.
don't even care anymore. You cared for that's
A
1
second.
second, and then
Medal of Honor will go to this man. They don't have. Oh, Staff Sergeant Bolivia. Bolivia. Rescued an entire squad, cleared an insurgent strong point, and saved many members of his platoon from imminent threat, according to his citation. It was also his 29th birthday.
nice.
Well,
Happy
motherfucking
Happy birthday.
Meanwhile, I just laid in bed on my birthday. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Missouri's last abortion clinic can stay open for now. Again, we're not getting into that. United Technologies and Raytheon are merging in aerospace mega deal. Dun dun dun. Oh look, they finally got to the crash.
But finally.
What? California set to provide health coverage to some undocumented immigrants.
Who is it?
California.
Oh, okay. I thought you said.
Taxes at what?
Can we just get rid of California?
Can it just break
Can
off
it just
already?
be 49 states instead of 50? Because I really don't think we're going to miss California.
We can
But
make
that's
the
where
Marshall
Scarlett
Islands a
Johansson
US state.
lives.
That's where what?
Scarlett Johansson lives, man.
How do you know she actually lives in LA?
Well, I'm sure she probably had a home in LA.
Everyone lives pretty much on the same block in LA.
I
In
highly
LA,
doubt
all the
that.
famous actors and actresses, most of them.
I
Most
highly
of them.
doubt that because Eminem still lives in Detroit.
Who the fuck would want to live in Detroit?
People that
By
grew up there.
choice.
He probably has a penthouse though. I mean, there's a difference.
Yeah, he probably lives in the nice part of Detroit.
You gotta think of people that live in New York yet.
Yeah. I'd live in New York.
Hawaii. I mean, there's 50 states. I'm not saying that every single one of them live in the same fucking LA or in California. I'm pretty sure Keanu Reeves don't.
No, he lives in New York City.
Well, there you go. Because he takes the subway.
He takes the subway to work every day.
And I'm pretty sure there's someone that lives in Oregon. Out of all the
He
states,
rides a
live in Oregon.
motorcycle, and some lady backed into his motorcycle.
Let's see. A tree symbolizing the friendship between Trump and Macron, however you say your name, has died.
Macaroon!
Has
Did
died.
it die? Oh my god. That's a sign.
And here's your sign.
Here's your sign.
Are we forgetting the fact that everyone thinks Trump is Satan, and wasn't everyone saying the same shit about Obama when he was
Please
president?
don't insult Satan like that.
Please don't. I don't
Hey,
know. I think
Donald
Obama
Trump
was
is
more.
a damn good man.
I think Obama was more Satan than Obamacare.
Obama put this
You
country
really
in more
fucked
debt than almost
everybody
any other
with
president.
Obamacare. And I didn't have a problem. I did not have a problem with any president until that
I
time.
think Obamacare, had it not been you get fined for not having it, I think everything else with it was fine. It was the fining, the hefty fine for not having health insurance. Well, if I can't afford health insurance, how the fuck am I going to afford this fine?
Are we forgetting the fact that Michelle Obama started the weight loss program and actually gained weight while she was teaching it?
That's because she was feeding herself some bullshit.
Oh, that's fucked up. That was pretty good, though.
She gained 50 pounds while she was
Obamacare
trying
did not
to
have
teach.
anything right to do with it. Especially the fine.
Well, I'd be screwed right now without Obamacare.
I was screwed with Obamacare.
Yeah, I know.
So,
No one in my family had Obamacare, so fuck you guys.
well, no, I didn't get fined because I had Obamacare. I don't have Obamacare. I got fined because I didn't have health insurance for 3 months.
Which, that's dumb. That's the one thing I did not
Bitch,
agree
if I
with.
want to die,
Let
leave
me-
me die.
Let me die.
Like, for fuck's sakes, if I don't want health insurance,
Ooh.
I don't want fucking health insurance.
Hey, give me whatever you want me to rate your topics down on. I just thought of a good one for us to do.
Hospitals are for pussies
Wait, what do you
anyways.
mean?
I
Topics,
thought of a
topics?
good topic for us to do later. Like,
Another podcast. Okay.
yeah.
We better get on the roll here.
Give me your pen.
Alright, let's start with the main subject here, guys. Let's start with aliens, because I think depression's going to last a little bit longer, and we're already behind schedule a little bit, but this is fun. Alright, Wade, I'm going to ask you, since you're my guest today. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, I think aliens are real.
You already fucking
I
just
do.
wham.
You'd be stupid not to. Okay?
So I do believe as well. I believe in anything, honestly. I believe Loch Ness could be real. I mean, we've never fucking traveled all the ocean.
Think about it. Billions and billions of planets out there, and you seriously
Hey,
think we're the
GG.
only life on a planet?
I'm not sure
Like
why
Christ,
my
they
comments
found
wasn't popping
bacteria
up.
on
I don't know.
Mars.
Hi, GG. Sorry, my chat was not.
Still not.
It's already
Well,
been
can I
proven
refresh it?
aliens exist because they found bacteria on Mars, which if it's on another planet and it's living, it's a
True.
fucking alien.
Yeah, but
He does have
hold
a
on.
kind of a
Hold
point
on.
there.
I can go into a whole new subject with that one. Anyway, I believe aliens could be real. The first sign of an alien activity was after the United States dropped the bomb on Hiroshima.
Yep.
And that is only because from space you could
see
see the bright light. Now,
It was like a beacon.
well,
kind
the
of.
reason bye. The reason they said that there was more alien activity after that was because the light was so bright, but also we figured out how to split the atom. And that can cause a lot of issues in other worlds, universes, yada yada yada. So the aliens could take that as a threat. So maybe they were scouting us to see if we are a true threat, or it was just whatever.
Well, when half of us don't believe, I mean,
Kind of funny yet
I
beautiful
don't
that our
think we
body
pose much of a
holds the
threat.
deadliest weapon in the world.
It's kind of scary. Maybe that's why we can get vaporized. Well, didn't you ever hear
What if
people
you-
just going up into flames?
spontaneously combusting, yeah.
I mean, holy shit, man, that's kind of scary.
You know,
to
I
think
had a
of.
theory about that, and I can't remember what it was.
We're
Actually,
still
that
getting off
one's,
fucking subject.
It might have been aliens,
yeah.
actually. I think you might be right.
Back to aliens!
Back to fucking aliens, woman.
Fuck you!
Not the illegal kind.
So, with life on Mars, see, I often thought of this. So, let's just take religion out of the subject for a minute. Okay?
I didn't know we had religion in the subject.
Well, if
Yes,
you
Dad.
believe in aliens, it's not in the Bible.
Actually, it is.
Where? I'd like to know.
The-
Because God created everything. That means He didn't create aliens.
He breathes
Unless it says in
planets
the
and
Bible that God
stars.
created
It
aliens.
it does not.
We're not
nothing
talking
in the
about the
Bible-
God
Yeah.
from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy now.
No, the Bible says God breathes planets and stars.
Well, I don't know. You go back and read Genesis. He created
Well, yeah,
Earth.
he created heaven. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you think that heaven could
So-
also be another planet? You
no,
don't know.
I don't. I think that's more spiritual. However, if God created Earth, correct?
Yes.
Why can't He be creating Mars? And say, oh, this planet we done fucked up on. Next. And Mars is the next Earth. For all these fucking millions of fucking years, or however long you really want to discuss
Go
it,
there.
there is no life on Mars, and all of a sudden now shit's starting to appear.
Yeah.
What? Why? Why? Who knows? Maybe the aliens fucking did something. Maybe God did something. Or maybe aliens made the Earth.
Oh,
Just in
God.
theory. Or maybe we're aliens. Just in theory. It's all theories. I'm throwing religion out the window for a minute. You look around Earth, okay? You see these fucking giant crevices. You see these, 70% of water. Now it's probably more with the fucking glaciers melting.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there was a study that it is rising.
Yeah.
So anyway, what if we came on an asteroid and we're the aliens? Speculation could be that we are aliens. We're an atom, and if everything is made of an atom, we could have came from an asteroid as an alien. And that's why these giant crevices are in this Earth. You look at fucking
So we're
Grand
all
Canyon.
secretly Superman. I
Yeah,
like
exactly. You never know. I mean, it's just a theory. Again, it's just a theory. You never know. Why do we think aliens are real? Maybe because we are fucking aliens. You ever watch the movie Extinction? Go watch it. It'll be a good one for you. When they think aliens were real, but except humans were the aliens and we invaded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
movie's
fucked me
really
up.
good on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and I tell you what, it was really good.
And you just gave the whole entire plot away.
I don't care. Spoiler alert. Fucking shit's been out for like a year now. Speculation of why aliens could be real. Do you guys have any?
The same thing with Bigfoot, the same thing with mermaids, the same thing with the Loch Ness Monster. There's way too much uncharted territory to completely exclude it.
Yeah, we're not even allowed to go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
What if the fucking aliens are down there just fucking throwing hells of parties?
What if the abominable snowman's down there? That's the perfect place for him to live.
What if the Loch Ness Monster? They never
Yeah.
said that he couldn't live in the fucking ice cold water.
Oh, no, exactly.
I mean, if he lives
There's
close to
just-
Iceland.
There's just too much uncharted territory.
Well, you're also
for sure
forgetting
say
about the
they
fact,
don't
Chris,
exist.
that there's a planet that looks exactly like Earth and has the same atmosphere, has clouds and all.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we're just one little speck of the universe.
Exactly.
We're just one little. This is a hippie thing. You could think of yourself as a universe that's one little speck, but when you zoom out a million or however fucking long, light years away, you could be in someone's eye. Like if you look at somebody's eye, what do they call the ring around? Like
The iris.
If you look at the iris, okay, there's a lot of shit that goes in. I mean, it just looks spectacular. But if you zoom out, if you watch the one video that I watched, oh shit. I'll have to find it on YouTube for you guys. But if you watch it, it literally zooms out because a long time ago they just sent a camera out into space. Because if something is out in space, it has infinite travel. Well, they got so far and they could see other universes.
Mm-hmm.
When you look up into the stars, okay, imagine all those stars being a universe. That's how far this camera went.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
know.
it went out.
Yeah.
So, who knows what we could be? I mean,
Yeah.
we're just a little asshole. I mean,
We might be. Well, the bullshit that comes out of your mouth, yeah, probably.
but the universe is it's fascinating to me. I don't know how else to explain it. There could be anything. My speculation is I heard stories. So, and this is actually a true story. I don't know what they call them. Your terra, the floor, the rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, you traveled to you seen the Grand Canyon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There ain't much in the country I haven't seen.
Not for us.
That rock form is different than Maryland's. So when you see a Maryland rock form in Arizona, you're like, well, this ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the same thing that happened in the UK. A rock that was supposed to be in Turkey, and we're talking
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
Like-
Like a boulder, like.
Well, not really a boulder, but the terra, the floor, was never found in the UK. When they found it, they were like, how did it get here? Yada, yada, yada. What? Oh, you were just tapping. I didn't know if you had something to say.
No, I'm just tapping.
And in this museum, it
oh
was
my
a
God, guys.
it was a museum.
Guys! Not for us!
It is a museum full of guys. Zoe? It is a museum full of alien shit. This is exactly what it was. There was a metal that they could not melt. Physically could not melt this metal. And as soon as it went public, the next day, everything was missing. We're talking photographs. We're talking that type of metal, and the type of metal I'm talking about was not just a small piece of metal. It was huge. I mean, they had to bring this shit in with a crane, and it just disappears. Now, of course, that's speculation. The U.S. government, CIA, they thought could have an idea with it. So, in theory, it could have been the CIA. But then other people said, how can everything like that just be gone overnight? Everything. Pictures, the metal. They had pieces of the rock there. They didn't have all of it, but it's just weird to think of how that rock ended up there.
Just where it was.
I don't know. That's some of those stories that I heard. Another story was actually from a police report. A physical police report. They went to a suburb area. He was on call for a strange light. So he pulls up and his car shuts off. He's like, what the hell? You know? Checks his radio. Dead. Everything's dead like it was an EMP.
I've seen a documentary about him.
Everything was done. He's like, well, what the hell? And he starts seeing these strange lights. So he documented it. He added it on. He wrote it down. He couldn't take a picture or anything because nothing was working. So he walks like 2 miles the other way and finally gets cell service. Calls it into his...
Partner?
Not his partner, but into the office.
Yeah, okay.
It says, okay, yeah, there really is strange lights going on out here. I don't know what it is. Can you call it Air Force? Maybe there's an airport.
Maybe they're testing something, or...
They called in. Nothing showed up on radar. They're not doing a test. Nothing. Well, he thought, maybe it was just a weird thing that his car and shit died. So he goes back, loses cell service again.
Right.
Goes back, calls his superior again, and keeps telling him what's going on. Like, all the lights in this suburb was gone. I mean, there's
like
nothing.
a grid blackout.
Yeah, but on the other side of the city, totally
Perfect,
fine.
yeah. Like a grid went down, in a way.
Fucking freaky. And when they called into the airport that was next to it, because it was an airport that had that big sonar.
Yeah, yeah.
The radar was scrambled, like it was black. They didn't know what was going on. So, I don't know. I believe, just because of stories and...
Yeah, mine's just there's too much uncharted territory to for sure say no, that they don't exist.
Yeah, do you have a reason, Wade? You just believe?
What?
What if...
Or why aliens exist.
Why aliens exist.
Yeah, because it's common sense, and me and Mom's both seen UFOs. We've seen jets chasing UFOs.
Would you, did you get probed by one?
Oh my god. Why is that
Unfortunately not. I was kind of hoping they would, just because, who doesn't want to get probed? But...
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. What was that show I told you to watch? Unsolved... No. It's on Netflix. Hold on. We're in it.
Unsolved Mysteries?
No. You're doing what I whistle.
Uh-huh.
Weirdo. My list. My list. Alright, so we're gonna find this real
My
quick.
list is bigger than yours.
Titan. all my list? There's no way that's all my list.
My lisp.
My lisp.
Edge of the universe.
Jesus
maybe?
Christ, did I say
Where?
lisp with a lisp?
I don't know. It's about space, so I just assumed.
Chris, don't Alex know that her opinion don't really matter? You just brought her on as a courtesy.
As a courtesy. No, I brought her on for the next subject we're about to get on. Cause we're about done with this one.
What, how many cocks can you suck in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm joking, Alex. I love you.
Wondering how many cocks you can suck in 5 minutes.
Just one.
You don't know that, Alex. What if the guy gets off in like 10 seconds?
Well, I
Then
better be
technically you
single
can
if I'm
suck a
sucking
lot.
another guy's dick.
Oh.
Hey, I never said just one guy's.
Well, I better be single if I'm sucking anybody but Chris's dick.
Jesus Christ. Y'all just have
I
to
don't-
go there.
I don't know. If you were offered $1 million, I'm pretty sure Chris wouldn't be mad at you if you sucked one dick for $1 million. I'd let my girl cheat for $1 million as long as I get some of that money. You know? Don't be
What,
greedy.
$1?
No, it'd be like, don't be greedy, bitch. Oh, really? Me being greedy? I'm the one that sucked the dick for $1 million. Bitch. Don't be greedy.
Damn, I don't know what that was.
So you
I
have it
bet you they
saved to your
took it off.
Netflix list?
I did. But I bet you they took it off.
They took Beauty and the Beast off. I was gonna watch it with Fallon the other night, and it wasn't on, and I was like, what the hell?
The one where they talked about media
You know that story
is
about the
the
kid?
government.
Started with a red paperclip and traded it up.
It was
14
so good. And now I don't know. Oh, Pokemon.
No, Pokemon.
Easy. Hey, look, I found a show about Alex.
Fuck you!
Easy A is a good movie with
Alright.
Emma
Well,
Stone.
I don't know the fucking. Anyway, he talks about. I wish I knew what the show was, but he talks about him chasing. He was an SR-71 Blackbird,
I think I've seen a documentary
Pilot.
on that too.
and he was called from the Italian Space Force, asking him to chase a UFO because they did not have anything that advanced to catch it.
Freaky.
But I cannot remember the show, and it's gonna irk the fuck out of me. But anyway, I believe. Do you guys believe? Write it in the comments section. I want to know. And again, if you guys have any other subjects, which I have a couple yet over here, I actually have a couple from my earlier podcasts.
Just want to refresh on those.
Refreshing on those, which is depression, which is next. You guys wanted to hear it. Here it is. You wanted me to talk about other life forms. There it is. So we're hitting 2 and 1. We got other life forms. Here's depression.
You have questions, don't you?
I do.
Oh boy.
Here's the deepest question that a lot of people ask that don't necessarily know anything about depression. What truly is depression?
A sudden change in chemicals in the brain.
And what's your answer?
To me,
To you personally.
it's sadness but amplified like a gajillion. It's the best way I can describe it.
I call it a mindset.
Alright.
Eh.
So we
Depression
have-
ain't always just sadness, though.
Okay, but here we go. Hold on. This is why we're having a podcast. We have one person, Wade, saying it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, right? Is that how? Say that
Yep.
one more. A chemical imbalance in your brain.
Yep.
Alex saying a sudden sadness that's amplified. We have
Wow.
Ethan saying
It's a mindset.
that it's a mindset. Here's mine.
Okay.
I'm with Ethan on this.
I'd like to add to mine.
Go ahead.
I do agree with Wade. I think it can be an imbalance. It doesn't always need to be, though.
And I'm going to agree with Ethan.
Okay.
Because strong-minded people can still fall into a depression.
Yes.
However, they can also pull through. A strong-minded person can do a lot of things. And by strong mind, I mean open to anything, can learn anything, and can deal with anything. So more or less, I don't want to say a perfect brain, but a perfect brain. See, what classifies as a genius is someone who can use both sides of the brain. A lot of smart people, like me and Alex, let's say we're smart, we only work one half of our brain. A genius can work both, and that's just how they're wired. It's just, now I'm not saying that they're more prone to not have depression at all. I'm just saying someone that is open.
Actually, geniuses are more prone to have depression.
Which I would assume so, but you look at Tesla. He didn't have depression. He was just Tesla.
Well.
He is just Tesla.
Like, he didn't care about anyone but his work. And that's pure genius. Like, now Albert Einstein, on the other hand, I think he had some minor depression.
He had some trauma, too. I mean, he had...
Now, again, Tesla went through some shit, but he was just a mad scientist is all he was really considered.
He was, yeah.
You never hear him, you never see anything about depression with him.
Well, the problem is, though, is maybe he wasn't vocal about it. Maybe he never wrote anything down about it. Maybe nobody knew.
He didn't write anything down about anything.
Well, I know. So, I mean, could have had it, but probably not.
But yes, that question, to me, can go one of many ways. It could be anything. Because here's my final answer for what truly is depression. Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Now,
you can't.
People with a chemical imbalance, though. I mean,
Serotonin.
that is something. Who the fuck's serotonin?
That is a chemical imbalance.
Yes, yeah.
But
that's something that can be treated, though. That's an actual medical diagnosis.
And that's the thing. You got medical diagnosis, and then you got, like, I guess, could you consider PTSD kind of like a depression?
No, because you don't have to have trauma to have depression.
Yeah, but you could.
You could, yeah.
So you got medical, you got a traumatic experience, and then you just have people that think they have depression, and then they overthink maybe or something. I don't know.
Actually, one of the funny things about depression is it's not just one mood that you can be feeling that will trigger depression. You can be the happiest person in the world, like you can legit be happy, and depression still happens.
Mm-hmm.
Even you can be happy when you're depressed is the thing.
And that's why
depression isn't just like all mopey sad shit.
Money can't buy happiness, but I'll be a lot damn happier being depressed than a Bugatti.
But that's why I asked this question. What truly is it? No one can actually answer what it is. It's just
the only for-sure answer would be actually getting your brain looked at and saying you don't have enough serotonin. That is the one legitimate.
You heard 3 different answers.
Yeah, you heard 3 different answers, and again my final answer is you don't know.
Yeah, I'll think that's a good answer.
There's no way to actually know.
Wade did the medical.
And it doesn't matter if you go to a therapist, okay? Because everyone's depression is different.
Yes.
And that's what I don't understand when people go to these therapy sessions and they're like, well, it's supposed to help me, and it doesn't. And then you get more depressed because you think it's just you and it doesn't work.
You think that it's something
And then
wrong
that's
with
where
you, and
something blows up. Okay, a therapist can't fix anything. I don't give a fuck if you're licensed or not. Let me tell you one major factor with a therapist, it's still a fucking human. Okay?
well, I don't think that's fair because some people do have help, do get help with a
A
therapist.
therapist can't help everybody
Okay, that's agreeable.
because you're a human.
Sometimes talking to someone is not. It's different
It's-
for everyone.
Yeah,
How you
exactly.
deal
Exactly.
with depression is different.
So
for
a
everyone.
licensed person
Isn't always the
could
answer.
be your first answer. It could be your first
It
answer.
could be, yes.
However, if it doesn't work out,
don't feel bad about
don't feel
it.
bad about it for yourself. Okay? Because it's still just one human being.
And it's only one treatment to something that
Yeah, there's a lot of treatment.
there's a lot of treatments for depression.
Well, a lot of.
Like sex.
You're not wrong. That
Sex
releases
Masturbation.
endorphins.
Sex is a huge thing for depression.
You're
It-
not wrong.
And that's why some people get obsessed with sex. Don't go drugs. Don't
No.
stay away from that because
That's
you
the
will
opposite of treatment.
you will get more depressed.
Yes.
Alcohol. Don't go that way. Okay?
Maybe on occasion when, you know.
However, okay, before we go off the drug subject, I'm talking like heroin, cocaine.
Not prescription drugs like.
There is mushrooms that can help.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest.
Much better.
From what
You've heard. And
research
Yeah.
has said. Okay,
I believe
and I've
that.
researched it myself.
I believe
Psychedelic
that.
drugs can
Yeah.
cure a depressed person for 6 months. Again, I'm not saying that should be your first route.
No,
However,
definitely not.
however,
It's a treatment.
6 months, and it might not help you.
Exactly.
You gotta find out what helps you,
Yes.
and that's where the strong mindset comes in. That's why Ethan said it's a mindset. If you can find your way,
To cope with it.
find your way.
A healthy coping mechanism.
I'm not a therapist, but if you need to talk to me about something, I can give you a little bit of life. I'm not gonna sit there and try to figure out what the fuck's wrong with you because everyone's depression is different. There's no one thing that's the same. There's no one depression that's gonna be the same
No, they're all different.
because we're all wired differently. Wade's wired differently. He chews tobacco. I don't. I hate it. We're wired differently. So depression's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's better to keep your
different.
feelings bottled up inside.
Not all the time. 'Cause you don't
That's
wanna
how you
explode.
fight depression.
No.
Don't want to explode. My
Well,
feelings just
yeah.
bottle up so much that my atoms split.
Well, yeah, think about it. If you bottle your emotions up too much and it's in a fucking glass bottle, and then one guy says something to you, you just snap.
Someone
Your-
drops that Mentos into there. And
Yeah, and then now your bottle explodes, and now you either hurt the dude, or you get really pissed off at the dude, or something happens, and you just snapped. Okay, that could also be with your anger. It could be an anger issue as well. So to me, I don't ever bottle my emotions up. I let them out because I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm me. If you don't like me, what the fuck ever. I don't have to be your friend. Oh, my circle's small, and it's gonna stay small. So if you leave that circle, okay. Better yet, I'll keep it even smaller. I express my feelings because I'm not afraid of what other people says about me. If I'm the topic of discussion, good. At least you have something to talk about. I ain't scared. That's why, to me, bottling your emotions is actually worse because then you start drinking, and then you're depressed, and now you're bottling
and
even.
alcohol's a depressant, and that doesn't help.
And you're gonna just keep bottling more, and then eventually something's gonna happen, and you just break, and you don't want to break because breaking could be multiple reasons. Again, I fought depression. I'm gonna be honest. If you guys watched my life video, I fought depression. I bottled my shit up for so long and finally almost snapped. And the only thing I'm gonna say is thank you, Zoe. I'm not gonna go into that story. I'm not here for that story. I'm here to talk about depression and what I know about depression, and what everyone else knows about depression. Now, Wade,
Yes.
this one is for you. Do you have depression?
Yes.
Because my next question is, do I have it? Now, multiple people will always wonder if they have depression. Me, I say everybody has a little bit of a taste of depression. I think that it's an emotion that runs through every single one of us.
I'll agree with that, but I just don't think everyone has it all the time.
Some might have it more than others. Now,
Yes.
Wade, why do you think you have depression? And you can spill your guts out if you want. If not, we can move on. I think
I honestly do not know. My depression didn't start till after I left the military.
that's what I was
After my
gonna say.
accident.
I heard, not heard, but I feel that it was after your military experience because you changed a little bit.
I could see that.
You're not the way that I remember going in, which is a good and bad thing. Going in,
I lost 30 pounds of muscle being out of, when I got out of the military. Not because I didn't want to work out, just because I didn't want to, I didn't feel like I wasn't myself. Because when I came out of military, I was a pretty big motherfucker. I was 180 pounds. I gained 30-some pounds of muscle when I went in just like, what, 2-3 months.
now,
But my depression is mostly just, not feeling like myself, not wanting to do anything. It's not really sad, it's not really happy, it's not really mad or angry at anything. It's just
maybe it's because you feel lost.
not being yourself. Yeah.
I think it could be because you feel a little bit lost. You banked on this Army reserve, and then it didn't go your way. So now you're like, okay, now what do I do? Life has just hit you with a brick wall.
Kind of like no purpose. You feel like you have no purpose.
Mine doesn't matter, man. Ask that, remember that post I made about the one you commented on about my sister?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that Brady Bell guy, he was not in my platoon. He was one of the people that heard about a guy that fell and got up and walked away with 17 fractures and did PT for the next 2 days. Everyone actually knew about me before I even got to the place where you go to get discharged, which they keep you there for a couple weeks till you're healed up enough to go. And what happened was, after my fall, I knew that if I went to the doctors, I'd be discharged from the military, so I shook it off and did PT for the next 2 days. Keep in mind that I had 17 fractures from my lower spine down. Do you know how hard that is to even do one push-up with that, let alone do full PT for like almost 2 days? That's how bad I wanted it, because, and that actually, they said that actually ended up making it even worse. That could be why most of my
that
bones
would
were
make it
never
worse.
healed. Yeah. But I fucking toughed it out like a motherfucker. There's not too many, I feel like there's not too many people in the world that can do what I did with that many fucking breaks and fractures.
Well then,
Think about that for a second.
Well then, in that case, then hold your head up high. Even though that happened to you, you still tried your best. That's. I know you're a Bible man, right?
Yep.
Well, that's all he ever asked of you is do your best. So, you did your best. Now it's on to something bigger or better. Maybe it wasn't for you. Maybe he has something else in plan for you. So that's the way you gotta look at it. For real. I mean, it's not something that he wanted you to do. That's just what I think. And I knew it was from your military experience because you called me that, week or a couple days after you get discharged and you said something?
Yeah.
You were like crying? So obviously I knew something was up. Now what's yours?
Mine's so totally different than anything we just said.
Well, yeah, his is
I know.
His is kind of like a traumatic
A
experience.
traumatic experience, yeah. Well, I don't know if mine stemmed from anything, but I can tell you how I knew I had it. Unmotivated to do anything. I just wanted to lay in bed all day.
Seems like a very depression-y thing to do.
I had textbook depression. I'm not even kidding.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone who lays in bed wanting to do nothing, that's textbook depression. I mean, everyone says it.
I didn't necessarily cry over just anything, but I got irritable over anything. sometimes to the point where I'd cry, but not necessarily all the time. Let's see what else. As TMI as it's gonna be, sex drive wasn't there. I could have cared less if someone touched me.
Wow. That's saying something.
Yeah.
Guys.
What else? I don't know, pretty much just I wanted to lay in bed all day.
Now, do you know what it was caused by?
Nope. I'd no clue. I think because my grandmother has it, my mother has it, Ethan.
No serotonin.
No, I think it was a genetic predisposition for it. Just
the actual
like a
chemical
medical reason, not a trauma or a.
The other thing I can say about people with depression is you're not alone. If you think you are alone, you are not. Okay. Again, I will talk to a random ass fucking stranger. If you have depression, Instagram, Twitter, my Discord's right there. Comment. I will talk to you. If you have depression, I don't care who you are. Okay? I will talk to you. I'll be your friend. That's it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. A lot of people think they have depression, but the problem is getting help. Now, I lucked out. For some reason, the mental health awareness around here is really good. In the middle of fucking nowhere. I had no problem getting a therapist. At all. And getting medication, but some people do have problems doing that, and I think that's half the battle is actually being able to find the help.
I had a therapist for about 7 years. You know what the only thing we did was? We didn't really talk. She'd just sit there, pull out a board game, and we'd play a board game till the time was over. She didn't ask me questions. She'd just pull out the board game. Then at the end of the day, she'd be like, no, at the end of the day, she'd legit just be like, so, is there anything you want to talk about? I'm like, no, not really. Is there anything you want to ask me? She's like, not if there's nothing you want to talk about, then no, I think we're good. I'll see you next time.
He had a therapist for about 7 years, but she never really talked. He walked in, they played a board game. At the end of the day, she said, anything you want to talk about? No, not really. Anything you want to ask me? No, if you don't want to talk about anything.
That's funny.
And we would talk, just never about feelings and shit. We'd just be like, hey, how's your husband? She'd be like, good.
You know
and I'd be like,
I'm gonna
and
be
she'd
honest.
be like, how's your...
That could be the best kind of therapist, though. Therapy. Just having
someone who's just there rather than... Yeah, sometimes
in my
that works
opinion,
for
it was
people.
a waste of time and money.
Well, yeah, but for some people, they don't really want to talk. They just want someone to play a board game with.
They want... Yeah. They want the companionship, not the talking.
Hey, she was kind of hot for a 55-year-old.
What was you, like 7?
How did I fucking know that was going to be said?
Like 7 to, I don't know, 14, 15, something like that.
Jesus Christ. So, I can say where mine came from. Mine came from... Oh, boy. I know exactly where mine came from. It's just hard to talk about it. It would be more from... I don't know if it'd be more from the bills that was put on me or the divorce in general.
Why not both?
It was definitely both, but I don't know how...
If one was more than the other?
The bills had a lot to do with it because I had dogs to take care of. And I wasn't letting her take the dogs either, but it wasn't going to happen. So clearly I was keeping the dogs. She's leaving, I keep the dogs. That's how it was. And I'm glad for that because at one point in time I did almost give up, and Zoe's the one who was there. So mine came from not being mentally strong enough to pull through. That's the best way I can put it. I was also drinking, so that didn't help, you know. But the more and more I found out, the more and more my mind would sink into a black hole, as I would call it.
That's a fair comparison.
It was. I don't remember like the 2 years. I don't even remember when I got married.
Yeah, I had to look up his marriage certificate To know when
I
he
don't
got
even remember
married.
where I got divorced. That's the time frame. I don't remember anything in between that besides wrestling in the mud with Wade. I will remember that day.
Oh yeah, the campground, that was a fun day. We even bought a bunch of glow sticks and put it all around so it was lit up like a little wrestling ring.
I mean, there's certain memories I can have in there, but if anyone knows who I am, I have a very strong memory.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. Hey, I don't remember for like 2 years. I do remember meeting Wade. He called me Zach for the first time.
Oh God Almighty.
That was
Well, my sister hopped around with so many different men, what did you expect?
I mean yeah, that's why I wasn't mad about it at all. And I was in my hippie stage,
I
so I
remember-
was like, whatever, you know.
I was sitting in the back room in Tiffany's room at the time playing The Last of Us, and you came in, and Tiffany was kind of upset because I didn't do what I always do with her boyfriends, which is show all of my weapons off. Because, just to point out to Chris's podcast, I have a massive collection, not collection, I don't know what collection is.
Corruption
Collection of weapons. Not just guns, knives, machetes, some stuff that is illegal, so I won't say it on podcast or anything like that. But I have a massive collection of weapons, and that's the thing I do. Anytime we met a new person, I would always just show them my weapon collection because I am very proud of it. But I was just fucking playing PS4, and at that point, I've showed it to so many of Tiffany's boyfriends. I'm like, fuck it, he'll see it eventually. And I still don't think he's seen the whole collection. I know he's seen some of the guns.
That was more interesting than Last of Us.
Yeah, I was too. I was fucking focused.
I even knew what mission you were on and everything.
Yep.
That's just because I beat the game 8 times. So yeah, I mean that's what mine was. Mine was just I wasn't mentally strong enough. I couldn't pull through. Too much on my mind. Too much weighing on my mind. It was like a weight on my brain. What I could compare it to. A black hole with a weight on top. It was just I don't remember anything in between. Stress after stress after stress after stress. I couldn't pay for this, couldn't pay for that, didn't have any furniture. I was getting evicted. Thanks, asshole. Not Wade, just the other asshole. Evicted
Sell your
because,
semen.
trust me, ain't nobody want my kids. That'll be a fucked up baby. Anyway, yeah, I was getting evicted. It was February. They gave me February, and it was already like a couple days in February, so it wasn't even a full 30 days. I'm like, that's bullshit. But that's because I got little Maxie. Okay, and she's like, oh yeah, I told the landlord that we're gonna learn a dog, and she said you're gonna be out by the end of the month. I'm like, what? Why would you even say you got another dog? And canceled the lease on me. So there I am, getting ready to be homeless. Do you realize how hard it is to find an apartment that will take 3 dogs? Well, then I finally got into an apartment with a mini fridge. I had to throw out half my food. Literally. I'm not even kidding. I had like 5 pounds of hamburger I had to get rid of. I had bacon. Of all things I had to get rid of, I had to get rid of my bacon. There was no room for milk. So I had to throw out hells of fucking food just to fit milk in because I'm going through a depression at this point. I don't want to make any dinner. You know, I'm fucking eating cereal and fucking corn dogs or some shit. I don't even remember. I remember eating a lot of cereal, and that's all I can remember.
Goddamn. That's all I really eat.
Hey, did you see your Deadpool stuff?
No, I didn't look at it.
Oh God.
So, I mean, I had a lot to deal with, and that's probably what caused a lot of it, was just going through so much like that. we kind of already went over what could cause it. Literally anything. To me,
Yeah.
anything could cause it. You
Even,
could-
A
even
bug can
things
touch
that
your
you
leg
don't
and you'll
think
be
should
like, "Now
cause
I'm
it can
depressed."
Cause it. I mean,
I live in cute
I mean, anything. How can you deal with it? There's, again, that's a lot of gray area with that question. You could deal with it in your own way. We kind of went over some of this stuff. You know, maybe a therapist, maybe
they're
a
not.
therapy dog. If you
Yeah.
like animals, animals is a good outsource for that. You know, they can
Just
help
know
you.
your laws.
Yeah,
Pornhub.
know your laws. Pornhub, yeah. Wow.
Hey, whatever.
That kind of goes along with sex.
That's,
Sex
I was
is
That
getting ready to say,
kinda does,
sex,
yeah.
sex is a thing, but
Can't really deny that.
I mean,
Yeah, that's like a really, really short term. Like that's like smoking weed, for instance. Like it's gonna help you while you're doing it, and maybe for a little bit after. But what happens the next day and you don't have weed anymore? Oh my God!
5 fingers.
Jesus Christ! You know what the fuck I mean.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Some people talk to their friends. Again, if you want to be alone, I'm not gonna say that's the best thing to do because sometimes it's not.
Well,
But if that's the way you cope,
if you want to be alone, and everyone always tells me,
right?
write your stuff down, and if you don't want anybody to know about it, burn it.
But don't do witchcraft like I do. Just
fucking
saying.
evil bitch.
If you're gonna write stuff down, don't burn it. Like a witchcraft would, like in witchcraft.
Like a ritual.
I would. I do. Just because that's something it's called cleansing, but that's different. That's more than one emotion I put down, or not really emotions we always burn. We can burn whatever we want. Really.
Yeah, but emotions are a big one. You want to get rid of your negative emotions.
Negative energy. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that literally everyone can do. I believe in this very solely, is meditate. Calm your nerves. Again, like Wade said earlier. What did you say? Did you say mind over matter?
Yeah.
Yep. I used to say body, so yeah, mind over matter, same thing. If you meditate, you calm your nerves, your
You have time to think about it and
electrons through your brain. As long as you can, I mean, you're not gonna meditate perfectly first, okay?
No.
But if you learn just to breathe slowly, meditate, maybe get some soothing songs on,
Do some guided meditation.
you will become stronger. It's that simple. When I used not to get so angry all the time, my dogs could chew up the fucking basement. I come in, I'm like, can you guys not do that again? And never say a fucking thing after that. Next day, next week, nothing would happen. They do it again, 2-3 weeks later, I say the same thing. Guys, can you not chew up the trash bags? 3 weeks go by again. I mean, not everyone's going to be able to do it at first, but if you just meditate, again, calm your mind, calm it, you will be able to achieve a lot of things.
Unless you have ADHD, then you might not be able to meditate because you'll be constantly thinking about the alphabet, the Macarena, and bicycles all at the same time.
Or I mean, you could use some calming incense if you're into that. Calming meditation, like
Lavender's what we use. Get some essential oils, for heaven's sakes. Get a diffuser and some essential oils.
you don't have to turn Buddha though.
You know I have essential oils back there, right?
Yes, I know. Again, you don't have to turn Buddha.
Sorry.
That's big in Buddhism.
It's big in witchcraft.
Well, yeah, but witchcraft uses it different too.
Yes, we do. We use
And
it
just
a lot.
remember, guys, be like Rihanna and shine bright like a diamond.
For
Ours is for other things. Yes.
keeping shit out.
Yes.
I'm not dumb. Buddhism is a way to go, though.
And we
Just saying.
put it in soaps and candles and all that fun stuff.
So, if you guys have any questions on this podcast, please don't be afraid to comment. And again, if you have a
We'll get
subject, comment. Subscribe to these guys, Wade and Alex. I think hers is Juniper, and his is the Crazy Cowboy. Links are in the description.
Yeah, mine's not. Mine's just my name now.
Zombie or
No,
Alex.
like my name. Yeah, it's Alexandria Dyke.
That's dumb. I wouldn't be like gaming Alexander.
I don't know.
The gaming Alexandria. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I know not a lot of you guys were live with me, but if you guys watch this video, please leave a like and let me know what you think. Thank you, Wade, for joining. I hope you enjoyed it as well. You were very helpful with the depression and aliens. I think you were a little bit more helpful on the depression, though. But that's what you were here for, you know, to talk, to have a good, deep discussion. You can always join me next week. 8 p.m. every Monday. Mondays with Murdock. Thank you guys for watching.
Oh,
And
hell
thank
yeah.
you for joining everybody who was in the podcast. Alex and Wade, you guys really made this possible. Once in a while I might be doing it by myself, so it's okay. I'm not sure if I just got a viewer, but I'm about to end this podcast. Sorry. Comment real quick. I am going to be streaming the Twitch a little bit here. But this podcast should be ending soon. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. Of course, the first 30 minutes pretty well was starting soon. I just wanted to get the word out. Again, I will have subjects posted on Saturday to remind everyone on my Instagram. So keep up with social media if you like these podcasts. Not all of them will be horrible. Not all of them is going to be about depression or aliens. Some of them will be kind of funny or maybe goofy. Maybe even
money.
Maybe even historic. You know, they could be about history. So I won't get into politics too quick or religion too quick, just because I don't feel like that's a necessary podcast. However, thank you guys for joining, and peace out, guys. Don't forget, go subscribe to Colossal and follow their Instagram. Oh, and if you follow their Instagram, you'll see that some of the subjects are going to be posted. So, see you guys. That's all I need to say.